Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy. Hey, angels, welcome to your weekly reading. We are reading from Sunday, the 18th of May through the 24th. Welcome to Gemini season. It is my season. I'm so excited.
Love the
On
Geminis.
the 19th, 20th, right around there, we enter into Gemini season. It is like, friends, like, be prepared to be swept away with Geminis and just the energy of us and the excitement, the fun, the charm, the massive decision switching, whatever it is we do, and that drives people insane. Let's go. I am ready for it. I am ready for my season this season. And
Hell yeah.
one of the things I'm learning too is that I don't remember who it was. I think it was maybe Danielle Laporte was talking about making rituals out of everything. Like that there is a ritual in everything. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, how many times do we just be like, oh, it's just my birthday, it's fine. And how many times do you see people not really care? Like sometimes I'm like, because it was never a thing. Like birthdays were never, I mean, yeah, we got cake and Weeks ice cream. Like, it was just like, yeah, okay, it was a thing growing up, but it never was this sense of like, it's my birthday. Like only once has that ever happened. And that's because I chose to do that. And I'm like, okay, we need to figure this out because I'm not going to just be like, oh yeah, it's my birthday, whatever. I'm going to be like, it is my fucking birthday and I am grateful for my birthday.
I used to make people celebrate birthday week in New Jersey. I would pick out all week activities and be like, pick which ones you want to come to, but I'm doing all of them because it's my friggin' birthday.
Yeah.
Hockey games, bars, New York City. I was all over the place because I love my birthday.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's totally, I think it's so important. So, think about rituals. And, it's funny because I don't think we realize the rituals we have, right?
Yeah.
So I just realized this yesterday. I don't know why I'm on rituals, but here we go. So yesterday I realized I was really off and I was dysregulated from the start, right? And I was like, what is the matter with my feeling like I'm off, like I'm constantly off? Because every morning I eat oatmeal and eggs with some blueberries, and I have been eating eggs with toast with strawberries. And as stupid and autistic as that sounds, I was like, oh,
Lots of different energies there.
It was completely different. And that's why I don't feel like there's nothing familiar, right? Because I've been away. I was away last weekend. And so I always get disrupted when I'm not in my routines. And so it was disruptive in that alone. And then I get home and I continue this disruption where I'm supposed to feel like regular and calm and grounded. And nope. So it's probably why I feel better today is because I had oatmeal, eggs, and blueberries. Like, I don't know what it is, but there it is. I did it and it helped.
Oh.
And at night, okay, and this is funny, but at night when I am getting ready for bed, like when I know that it's time to kind of shut everything down, I tell my cat, I'm like, okay, it's time to shut everything up. I close my curtain or my blinds on the slider. I make sure the door's locked. I turn off the TV. I make sure there's water in the fridge. I make sure she has food and water. I give her a little bit of Cool Whip. She gets her salad. I go to the bathroom. I take care of her box. I wash my face, brush my teeth. I get her churu, fill my CPAP machine, and then we sit and have a churu in his bed. Every single freaking night this happens. And I'm like, because I just thought I was weird, but apparently I'm ritualizing just like the end of my day. I'm signaling myself, my being, my energy, my home, my cat, that it is time to go to bed. Now she doesn't get the message because she is like, after she has her treat, she is like off and she's like, let's play. And I'm like, not in the playing space right now.
Yeah, you can go do that. I'm gonna
right. But it's true. It's like the routines and the rituals are comforting to us. And
especially when things are crazy.
Yes, and especially if you're dysregulated, like make it as safe as possible. And what does our body and our nervous system want is routine and rituals. It is safe. It is the known. They don't have to, there's no sense of having to predict. There's safety in knowing what is coming and what is there. And if you're coping with stuff, I mean, I've been coping with shit all week. And like I finally realized I'm not supporting myself because I'm doing everything different. Everything is different. And I'm like, oh, okay, my routine and my rituals are important. So no matter how little it is, and no matter what you do in your routine or your little rituals, they mean something to you and your nervous system. And so I highly recommend.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Definitely. Especially, I mean, when things feel crazy, we search for control. That's what our brain wants. It wants something
Yeah.
that feels controllable and safe. And so creating rituals helps our nervous system have at least something that it can expect to happen, right? Because expectation and then meeting expectation makes us feel safe. So,
Yeah.
hey, if I give a cue and then I follow through, then that feels safe because it's
Yeah.
something that I know I can anticipate the next thing over and over and over again to be the same, and that feels safe when things feel very chaotic.
Yes. Yeah. So I finally figured it out the second to last day of my vacation, but that's
Well,
okay.
well, and now, right, like a sneak
Yeah.
peek into the tiniest part of what OCD does for people.
Yeah. Yeah. 1,000%. I can totally understand it because,
Mhm.
and yeah, I just can understand. All right. What are the mermaids telling us this week?
So the mermaids are talking to us about contemplation. And today when I looked at the card, it was I saw the turtle. There's a turtle staring at the lady at the mermaid, and I was very fixated on the turtle for a minute. And I feel like what we're talking about today is contemplation without outside input. That's why I was focused on the turtle because I was like, what's the turtle waiting for? Is the turtle, like I started to get like a little bit anxious about like, is the turtle depending on this person or this mermaid? Like, why is this a big deal for the turtle? Which
Right.
I think naturally for me is a little bit, what do people need from me kind of thing. But the overarching part of it being that when you're in contemplation, who are you doing it for? And I feel like this has been a big theme in my life in the last couple weeks of
Yeah.
who are you thinking about and why, right? And that can go all over the place, right? That really can go all over the place. And for me in particular, it was about zooming out of myself, which isn't normal, right? Like normally I have to do it the opposite way where I'm thinking about everybody else and not myself. And it's really fucking me over. But in this case, it was taking the focus off of my own emotional decisions and my own emotional turmoil to see another person so that I could take it actually took away the thing I had been staring at before. Right? So like I'm freaking out about my own thing and my own fear, and seeing the other person helped me get out of that fear because it helped me not be the central problem or the central issue. And I
Mhm.
could only do that by sitting and saying, what is going on right now? Why are you making these decisions? What do you want? What is possible? And why just why? And all of my clients know that I do the annoying drill down of why during session because I want them to learn how to do it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like being a 3-year-old. Well, why? Why do I think that? Well, because blah blah blah. Well, why do I think that? Well, because that's right. Why is it right? Like, and you get frustrated, but you're like, I don't know. Eventually you get to a point where you're looking at somebody else's programming, or you're looking at, some other issue that isn't even the surface level issue that you started with. So I'm definitely feeling when I look at the card that we're talking about our awareness of the other people and their part in our contemplation,
Yeah.
whatever that means, right?
Mm.
And that can mean, are you making decisions for other people instead of yourself? Or it could be the opposite. Are you doing things and you're not considering the outside sources that could be helpful for you if you consider them?
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't like it. We did the other reading. I don't like it. I don't like this one. 'Cause my eyes have been like stapled open
Yeah.
recently. So
Look at it.
yeah, exactly. And I can't escape it because I'm just like, with the oracle cards, they're intuitive and I can't ignore it. So I'm just like, you can't even make anything up because you can't, your brain isn't here right now. So you can't even just deny it and say something else. It's just what it is.
Oh my gosh.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are we surrendering?
Right. It's like, oh, what more do we have?
Exactly. How are we
But
going to
I
get our
think,
ass kicked now?
yeah. But I think too, though, is that it goes along with last week's theme of, of surrendering to silence, of the gratitude. It's just, I think it's this sense of this Mercury and Taurus about the rest, the pause, the sacredness, the quietness, the the internal contemplations and the spaces. And it's so hard sometimes.
Mm.
But we are surrendering to our soul's path. Your your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Um, something that came up that has come to mind, we talk about free will, right? We talk about free will, and everybody doesn't, a lot of people have a problem with destiny and the idea that we're designed or we're made to do something in this life. And
Mhm.
there's always free will. We always have choices. There will
Mhm.
always be free will. But a lot of times, our free will lead us to the lessons that we needed to learn on this journey, regardless of whether it was chosen for us or not.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when we think about free will, we think about it sometimes from a place of we want to choose. We've decided that we want to choose. We know what is right for us and it's like taking out our sense of intuition and taking out our sense of connectivity to our higher power, our higher selves. Call it that if you're not religious, our higher self, right?
Mhm.
And I think sometimes we have free will, but we will always learn the lessons we're here to learn. And
Mhm.
so it'll just be in a different way. It could be harder, it could be easier, it could be neither, it just could be. But I think sometimes when we think about our path in life, right? Each of us, I mean, I lean heavy on astrology and heavy on human design because I feel like the places where the planets and things were when I was born mean something,
Mhm.
especially your north and south node. Like those are super important about understanding your path and your purpose. And, so look at them, look at what they say and what they're telling you. And part of me wishes I would have known that when I was younger because I wouldn't have struggled so hard knowing what my purpose is. But again, needing to know your purpose is a 3D human thing.
Mhm.
We want guarantees. We want to know what we're supposed to do because sometimes it's too scary and too threatening to kind of just allow ourselves, because again, like last week we talked about our nervous system and its regulation and its need for consistency. And and so when you say you have a purpose and no one can tell you what it is, it's like, well, how do I know what the fuck to do? I struggle with it my whole life. I
Yeah.
really have. And and so I just decided to create my own and whatever it was. And
Mhm.
part of that is and was just to be a good, kind person, to be loving, to be accepting, to share my knowledge and my wisdom, to have a very big, open heart for people, to bring them the energy and messages from spirit in the ways that I do, to help people come into better relationship with themselves in whatever way that is. That's my purpose. Whether or not I always feel we have multi purposes because we're different
Right.
faceted. I mean, Vanessa, your purpose is to be a hockey player, but your purpose is also to help people. And so it's like, oh my gosh, you hear her? Um,
Yeah. Yeah. She's like,
she
I'm
what?
here to be a menace.
She is. She is like, get off this fucking thing and like,
Come play with me, damn it.
yeah,
Your purpose is to be my mom.
yes. She's like, you are like not doing the purpose you're here to do. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
better that
I
she's up here,
definitely.
people.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So when you think about this week and you're in contemplation of things, think about where you feel most at home with, like what part of your life, where's your north and south nodes. That's kind of a good thing to go down a rabbit hole with, and what that's saying about your purpose and what you're here to do and what you're here to share with the world and solve and heal. And so that'll give you a lot of information, and just have fun with it. Don't worry about getting too serious, and just kind of be with it.
Just a guide, just things to think about that are inherent, right? Like I think about this stuff because, a lot of times people will challenge me, where they're like, well, I'm not like that. And I'm like, ew, you're not like that because you trauma.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but inside, if we eliminate your trauma, I bet there is a lot, you know what I mean? And I think that that's, part of it, when you talk about free will and you talk about our life path and things like that. I mean, it's a mix. Everything is a mix. So it's not about like any of it being like, oh, give me the answer. None of it's going to be the answer. It's all going to be information for you to just decide what you want to do with it.
Yep. Yeah. So our money card this week is money is energy. Money flows to me.
And right away for me. And I love both of those things.
Yes.
I am here to circulate money. That's my
I do it so well. It's unbelievable.
I am awesome at it.
Well, friends, happy Gemini season. Welcome to the air and the duality of contemplation and soul's journeys. Oh my gosh. We hope you have a good week, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. Love y'all. Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.